Good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday. It's 8:37 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Press for Juice. I'm going to get $5.67 for 2.9 miles. Thanks to everybody for liking and subscribing to my channel. It's helping it to grow. I appreciate it. So far this morning, it looks like it's going to be a repeat of yesterday, where nothing good at all is coming in. It really appears like we are in a situation where very few customers are using any of the delivery apps right now. And you never know how long it's going to go on. It could end today and suddenly people are spending money, or maybe for the next few months it's just going to be this way. So I have to adapt to the situation, and I'm currently accepting offers as low as $5, as long as they're close to being $2 for every mile. So it is sad. It's sad times now for delivery drivers here in Vegas, at least for the moment. You just can't predict when it's finally going to take a turn and get better, or it could just get really, really bad and even worse than this, and there'll be no offers that are going on. And it's definitely not, it doesn't have to do with the new program that Uber Eats started, because it's the same across DoorDash as well. And I turned on Walmart Spark and there was nothing there either. So it's across the board. All the delivery apps are slow right now. And more than likely, it's also really slow for Uber X and Lyft drivers. So a lot of drivers who drive people around, they start shifting to delivering food. So there's probably also now a surplus there's just a surplus of workers that need money, and they're all out here trying to get some cash. I'm gonna park over here because there's a lot going on over here near Press for Juice. Let's head on in and pick it up. Alright, there's about a 5-minute wait. This guy could have parked anywhere, and he had to park right next to me. It just never fails. Alright, what's the best way for me to get over there? Probably to go this way, I would think. It's probably the shortest distance. We're going to be traveling 5 minutes, 1.5 miles. I believe it's going to be a house, and it's going to be a leave at the door. Let me just confirm. Nope, it's going to be a meet at the door, and it's a house. Fantastic. So, when I went inside of Press for Juice, there was nobody in. Well, there was a couple that were in front of me that actually held the door open for me as I entered. Oh boy, here comes a truck that's really has a huge load. OMG. Okay. And so they were new to being at Press for Juice, so they were asking all kinds of questions, and I knew it was going to be a long wait if I had to wait for them to finally order. So I stood at the pickup counter and waited for someone to help me. And there was another employee that came out of the out of the area where they make the food, and the second employee helped me, and they said they have to put it together, so it wasn't ready. So I just had a seat and I just waited and waited, and it just seemed like a really long time because I had to listen. They had no music playing, and I had to listen to this couple who were new just asking all kinds of questions about what kind of items they offered. And I guess she knew what she wanted, but the boyfriend didn't had never been there, and all he wanted was just a regular coffee, because he's like a Starbucks guy. And apparently they don't make anything that's similar to a Starbucks coffee. So she was explaining to him that his drink would come with coconut milk. And I could tell by his response, he was not happy. And so so he just said, okay, I'll just have the coffee. And he wouldn't take a coffee black. He wanted, he wanted with cream in it. But for whatever reason, these real health nut places, they don't offer that service or that item. So anyway, they got that, and then they got like a cinnamon roll or something. So anyway, so that was my observation inside of Pressford Juice. And then the other situation was when I parked in the parking spot that I chose to park at. I didn't quite stay in the lines where I parked, but there was nobody there. Like all of the parking spots where I parked, there were no cars. There's one spot to the right of me where my car was a little bit too far to the right, and then all the parking spots to the left were empty. And so I went inside, and when I came back out, sure enough, a person parked to the right of my car in the parking spot where I was too far over. And I knew they were giving me like, the look like you're not parked right. And I had to squeeze into this parking spot. And it made absolutely no sense. Like, well, why didn't you just park in all these other parking spots to the left? And the person that got into that parking spot, he never even got out of the car. So it was really, really weird. It was like he just parked in that spot just to take a break, yet was not happy how I had parked. So I know it was still my bad that I parked that way, but I really thought like, well, no one's going to show up. I'm just running in and running out, and there's like nobody here at this time. But Murphy's Law, anything that bad that can happen is going to happen. And so it did. But yeah, my goal today is to make $50 for all you new people. And normally it's $10 minimum, $2 for every mile. But we're going on hard times right now. There's really, when the environment changes, you have to adapt to the situation if you want any money in your bank account. So I am adapting to the situation. I have gone from a $10 minimum all the way down to a $5 minimum. And I really am hoping, fingers crossed, that I still hit the $50 before noon. The time is now 8:48 a.m. I have 3 more hours to make $44. So I don't know. I really have a feeling that my strong feeling is that it's not going to happen. That we're going to be ending up with much less than the goal amount that I want to make for today. And that's just how it is. That's just the way this job goes. It's just like ups and downs, and you never know when the dry spell is going to end. Normally in the summertime, it's pretty consistently busy all the way until the new year, or until around Christmas time. It starts to slow up a little bit. But it seems like right now, I'm very concerned that a lot of people, that we're going through an economic shift, because I've been seeing a lot more houses for sale in the neighborhoods when I deliver. And I always attribute that to a sign of distress, that a lot of people are selling because they're either losing their jobs, they're having financial problems, and they're downsizing, trying to get a more affordable home. Just in general, I think that what it is just that it's the early signs of a recession. And so far, it really appears to me, it seems to appear to me that this seems to be the case, that we are now in the early stages of a recession. And nobody wants to hear that because it hasn't happened in such a long time. I think the last recession was in the experience that people had of dark times was probably around 2011, 2012. That was about the last time people actually experienced a real recession. And that was the end of the recession, coming out. So it's been a while. It's been a while since people have experienced. It's well over 10 years since people have experienced a true recession, or at least the ending of a real recession. And I don't think most young people know what it's like, because most young people were children and they can remember what their parents went through during that time. They've never experienced it for themselves as a worker. So, and I'm sure they're all hoping they'll be able to adapt, with what happens. But I think nowadays, most people are familiar with all the different types of gig jobs and online opportunities that there are to make extra money, and so the entire economy is interconnected. So when the crap hits the fan, it's going to hit everybody, because that's what a recession does across the board. The only way you're truly protected is if you're wealthy and you're well invested in things that are conservative investments that just pay you dividends and interest and all this other stuff. Like maybe you own property and you're getting rent from rental properties, and there's certain things that the rich people have that protect them from bad times. But for most of us in the worker bee situation, it's not so pretty. So, well, we'll see. We shall see what happens. I could be wrong. This could just be a blip. We could be in a momentary blip of stress where people are a little bit worried about their money. And then as soon as they feel confident, they'll start spending again and the wallets will start to flow. All right, I see the drop off. I'm going to just turn the car around. Guess I'll park in front of the driveway. It's just a meet at the door. Put my hazards on. Thank you. All right, that's all delivered. The person that answered the door, they said I'm at the wrong house. And I said, oh, this isn't for so-and-so? And they said, oh yeah, so-and-so lives here. I said, okay, well, here you go. So I guess the customer didn't let anybody else know that they ordered something, and obviously that person was not ready for somebody to appear at the door. So there was some confusion at the drop-off, but once I said the customer's name, she was able to realize, oh shoot, somebody did order something in this house. It's like, okay. That doesn't often happen. Usually when somebody orders something in a household, everybody knows, like that or they shout, as soon as they hear the doorbell, they'll shout to the family member, oh, I ordered something. And the person will whoever it is, they'll know immediately that that somebody ordered something. Uh-oh, I think I'm lost. Let me see if I can figure my way back out of here. I feel really turned around. Let's see, is this here? No. Uh-oh, am I lost? Am I just wandering aimlessly through this neighborhood? Oh boy. There it is, I see it. So that was a little bit unusual that the person that answered the door had no idea somebody ordered something to be delivered. And I was getting ready to leave. I thought, well, shoot, how could I be at the wrong house? I looked at the street name. I looked at the address number. I'm like, this doesn't quite make sense. But she's saying that I'm delivering to the wrong house. So I just said, oh, there's nobody here named this name. She's like, oh, yeah, there's somebody here named that name. And she took it. So it all worked out. And yeah, now I've got nothing. Now the app is totally quiet. I'm not getting any offers whatsoever. It is completely slow right now. It's very disappointing when these types of things happen. And Yeah, there's nothing I can really do. I was trying to think, what other types of things can I do to to make some cash? And I'm like, well, the only other thing is to go to the Uber vehicle inspection center and have my car inspected so I can get it approved that it's safe to drive people in, and then I can, submit that to Uber and then start driving people around. So I actually thought about that. I thought, well, maybe I should do that, and then I could just pick up some people in the area or whatever and do real short trips. But the more I thought about it, the more it brought back the bad memories of driving people around. I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to smell the dirty smells of people in my car, and I don't want to have to deal with attitude, people and their attitude or their mental health issues. All the stories I've told before in previous videos, I'm like, I don't want to deal with any of that. And I don't have to. It's like I really, like I said, I do this as a hobby. And I did, when I was doing Uber to drive people, that was a hobby too. I was just enjoying myself, and I was so into it that I was doing it so often that I was getting burned out. And it did burn me out. And now I don't want to do people at all anymore. I'm like, well, I'm over this hobby. And especially now that, I've realized that this delivery thing seems to do really well. So I think I'm just going to stick with this. And I'll just keep adjusting the rate. Like if it turns out I can't even get $5 offers, I'm gonna have to go to $4 offers and $3 offers. I'm just gonna have to go all the way down the pipe, but still stick to $2 for every mile. So I guess if I get a 1 mile job and they pay me $2, I guess I'll have to take it. $5.03 for 5 miles. But for 100%, I'm not taking offers that aren't going to be at least close to $2 for every mile. That's very important for the overall life of my car. So I guess I'll just have to, just accept that today I may only do 1 to 2 jobs today, and I'll probably only make at $10 probably today. And that's just going to be the reality of the situation. I got the next offer, and it's from DoorDash. We're going to be going to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. I'm going to get $6 for 2.8 miles. Well, I guess this is just another, minimal opportunity. So I went ahead and I took it. Once again, not another fantastic one, but hey, it's now only 9 a.m. and now I've made a little over $11. So things are going along just fine. And I didn't have to make my way all the way back home. I was still on my way back towards home base when this came in. So I didn't have to drive the grand total of $2 for every mile or whatever. I didn't have to make a round trip in order to complete the circuit for the first job. So I probably only put on, I don't remember, what was the previous job? I can't even remember. Well, whatever the previous job was, I didn't do that many miles. Because usually what will happen is, because I charge $2 for every mile, the task of going from the drop-off to all the way back home equates to $1 for every mile. And so by doing what I'm doing right now, it's now I'm now getting better than $1 for every mile in the grand scheme of things because of the because I got an offer on the way back home. So that all worked out. It's so weird to just be getting these low dollar offers now that I was so used to getting $10 offers. I've been a little bit spoiled by the experience, and so now it's not that exciting right now to take these tiny jobs. It feels almost like they should be. Like I'm getting ripped off is what it feels like. We're here at Coffee Bean. Let's go get it. Well, it was about a 7-minute wait. All right, everybody. 7-minute drive, 2.2 miles. It's to a medical building, and it's handed to me. I was in there for, I think I said 7 minutes, and it was busy in there, but there were just regular customers in there. I was the only delivery driver inside of Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. No other delivery drivers in sight. So right now I really think it's slow. This is helping to confirm my theory that there's no work right now, because there was nobody. And the order was not ready. They were still putting it together. I had to be a little bit aggressive when I was in there and stand at the counter and not move until I told somebody that I was there to pick up. And then once I was able to tell somebody who I was there to pick up for, I stepped away from the counter so that other customers, regular customers, could be helped. But I sure as heck was not going to walk away from that counter until they knew that I was there, because if I didn't, they would never even work on the order. So I did that. I stepped away from the counter. I just stood there and just, checked on things on my phone. I did notice on Uber Eats, there's this new button that they just put in that says cash out. So they're making it easier for people to instantly get whatever money they've made so far for the day. So yeah, that's kind of a new thing. Although I think it's always had that feature. But I think that what they've done is they've recently made it more easy for people to find the button to immediately cash out. I think that's the only difference. Because I can recall in the past, somewhere if you navigated to the right place, you could have the money immediately sent to your account or whatever. And I think that was it. But the app has completely changed, and all the different the navigation isn't the same, but what appears in front of me now is so different from what I was seeing before. They developed this new thing called Uber Eats Pro, which is new, and so I'm seeing all kinds of things that are all geared towards being a Uber Eats driver. Rather than before, the app was mainly focused on me being a Uber Pro for, Uber X for driving people. So, but I still see when I look inside the app that I do have the option to turn on giving rides to people if I were to get my car inspected. So I guess now whatever they did, they've somehow made it so that that my primary method of working is delivering stuff, and that my secondary type of work is driving people around, is what I think they've done. And whereas before it was the opposite, they had it flipped around. So I think that's the one big change that they've done inside the app specifically for me. And I don't know if that's hurting me or not as far as getting better opportunities for Uber Eats offers. I don't know. You never know what's going on behind the magic curtain. what they're doing back there. So for all I know, what they've done is going to make it harder for me to get good offers. I mean, possibly. Who knows? Should I go? Are you going to go? Okay, you're not going. Oh, man. I just have to make sure I don't get discouraged. It's very easy to get discouraged doing this job. Because you want to make the same amount of money you've always made for the same amount of time and effort. And then when you don't, you start to get all down on yourself. You're like, oh, I don't know if I like doing this job anymore. Or, why am I doing this to myself? Maybe I should go do something else. So that's what happens when things change. But that's life. Everything's always constantly changing. You gotta accept it. Just like during the pandemic, when all the gig workers were making money hand over fist, that eventually ended. Eventually the pandemic ended and the money dried up. And now we went from making, $40, $50 an hour down to like $20, $25 an hour. And now maybe we're going to be making $12 to $15 an hour now. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? All right, let's see if I can find a parking spot close to this building that I have to drop off at. Man, it is busy. I don't see any parking spots. Let's go over here, I guess. Let's go here. Thank you. Thank you. All right, well, all done. No problems with the drop off. I just had to once again be assertive to make sure it's like I had two choices. I could have waited in line until I was helped, or I could have just I just stepped right up to the counter and just said the customer's name and said it at the desk. I don't know what else I could have done. It's like when you're in those medical offices, you have no idea how long they're going to be talking to the patients at that front desk. I'm like, let's get assertive here. We've really got to just not. We got to play the game as aggressively as possible because we're not making as much money right now. It's slow to earn the dollars. So I can't be playing games. But the one thing I won't be doing is doing any dirty stacking or dirty dashing or whatever they call it. I don't like to have that level of stress on me. I like to do just one. I like to do one job at a time, and I don't want to worry about customers getting upset that their orders are late or the app telling me, we know you're doing this and you're going to be in big trouble. So I know a lot of gig workers, they do that. They do dirty stacks all the time, and the risk is very low, but I just don't like the stress. I see it sometimes in people's videos as they're rushing to deliver something, knowing that they've already accepted another offer, but they're falling behind schedule. And I can tell by their expression how stressed they are, and I do not want to be in that situation. So I'm gonna just stick to my strategy, and however much money I make is how much I make. I got the next offer. It's from Uber Eats. We're gonna go to Coffee Religion. I'm gonna get $5.49 for 1.9 miles. Once again, I was at home for a long time. It is currently 10:02 a.m. I just might have to increase the total amount of time that I'm working to make a strong attempt to reach the goal. Because right now I'm lagging between jobs by a significant amount of time. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'll see how I feel. Once I get to 12 o'clock, I'll see if I feel like continuing on or just calling it quits. it's not really encouraging to keep going, because it takes effort to stay motivated in between jobs. Once I get back home, I'm usually just twiddling my thumbs. I have like the TV on. I'm watching a movie on Pluto TV, and just trying to pass the time. But it's a long period. It had to have been at least 30 minutes I was at home before this next one came in. So yeah, and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can think of to change my circumstances. So just gonna go with the flow today and see how I take it moment by moment. And so once this one's added onto the pot, I'll be at a little over $16 so far, which is really sad. But considering I've been on the app since 7, I've been online now for 3 hours, and I've only made $16. So a very disappointing day for sure. Lunchtime is coming up though. In the next 30 minutes is when the lunch crowd starts. So maybe I'll get some more generous customers to come into the picture in the next 30 minutes. You just never know. And now we're in the shopping center, and the coffee religion is in the same complex near Panda. So we're almost there, just a little bit further to go. Nothing else too exciting to report to you guys. I think I purchased another CD this morning. I think I did it for like a 2-year one. I think I did today. And it was like 4% interest, which was decent. We're here at Coffee Religion. Let's go pick her up. No waiting on the order. Complete the pickup. We are going, where the heck are we going? 5 minutes, 0.9 miles. It's a medical building. Well, no, located in building across from parking structure. Family medical building. Oh dear. All right. This is going to be a hard drop off. Just figures. This hardly pays any money, and it's a terrible drop off. It's going to be near the hospital, and I have to park the car somewhere safe and do some walking and go up an elevator. It's a hard drop off. Not a good one at all, especially for the amount of money they're paying to have to go through this kind of effort. It's not going to be pretty, but whatever. Everything was fine inside of the Coffee Religion. There were some people just sitting in the booths, and they had my order just ready to go. And I obviously, they had finished it a long time ago, as if other drivers declined this offer. They probably saw where the drop-off was, and they're like, I'm not delivering over there. That's a hard drop-off. So I'm the lucky victim that got this one. So, yeah, just the way it goes. Lucky me. Gotta do a hard drop-off. I think I know a shortcut, though, to get there. So I don't think it's gonna be, I don't think it'll be too difficult if I go the way that I'm thinking of going to drop it off. So we'll see. It says to make a U-turn. Oh no, wait. They said located in building across from the parking structure. But there's all kinds of parking structures. Which one are they referring to? Oh boy. I better turn here. I can't tell which building they're referring to. It says located in building across from the parking structure. They're on the 4th floor. Gosh darn it. Okay, it has to be the building I'm thinking of. And normally what I do in this situation is they have a loading zone. And so I park there, throw my hazards on, and I run inside, go up the elevator to the suite, and drop it off and hope nobody tows me or tickets my car while I'm parked there. Because the only other option to do when you get there is to park in the parking structure, and it's such a long walk to go from the parking structure to the building that it's worth the risk. So I'm just gonna chance it that my car will be okay. I've done it many times before. The only reason I wouldn't do it is if the entire loading zone was packed with other cars and I could not do this maneuver. So that's what all of the other service people do, like FedEx, UPS. We all do it. So it's not like it's unheard of. So I'm just gonna make that maneuver if possible and see what happens. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a right turn into the emergency room area, and then I'm gonna go past the emergency room, and then that's when I'll see the building. So it's kind of a weird, this is like a secret route. If you didn't know it was here, you would never do it. You'd have to go the other way, which is actually longer to do because of all the lights. So now we're headed towards the emergency room. Emergency and trauma, but then I'm gonna pass it. And now we're on the grounds of St. Rose Hospital. This is like the hospital everybody in the area goes to when they're having a medical emergency. It's like, oh, they built another hospital though over on St. Rose and Star Avenue or Raiders Way or whatever. So we now have two major hospitals here in this part of town, which is nice because this used to be the only one that was close by. So now we at least have two. I don't really count Henderson Hospital over near Gibson. That one is really far away to me. All right, let's see what happens. I doubt they're waiting outside. They're blue icons on, so I know they're watching for me. I'm gonna park behind this vehicle over here in the red and throw my hazards on and run in. Thank you. Alright, well, so far so good. Let's just hope my car's gonna be safe. I hate parking in the red, but this is what you gotta do. Cool. Appeared in front of my car while I was waiting here. That was unexpected. I'm just glad it wasn't a traffic cop that appeared in front of my car. That would have been bad news. Oh, it's always a gamble when you do this job, let me tell you. Well, everything worked out. So now how much do we have? I don't know. 11. I think we have like six. I think I said it already, like $16. Oh boy. And now just crawl back into my tomb and wait until the next offer comes up, because right now the app is quiet. When I was going down the elevator, there was some $3 and $4 offers that came in, but you know, they were not worth the time of day. So I rejected those. And that's all that I got. And when I headed back out, I was able to catch the elevator before it closed to get out. And then there were some men talking in another language. I don't know if it was a language from India or the Middle East or something. And they were talking about something, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. And yeah, luckily because I caught the elevator, I was quickly able to get back to my car real fast. That elevator is so slow. It's a real stress situation when it comes to dropping off there. $8.42, 2 deliveries, 6 miles. No. Right now what I'm doing is I'm saying $2 for every mile, but I'm giving them a 1 mile credit. So I'm basically looking at whatever the miles are, minusing a mile from the total amount, and then multiplying it times 2. And if it equals 2 or greater than that amount, then I'll accept it. So that was not going to work, that offer that came in. So let's say if it was a $10 offer, it could be up to 6 miles total trip, and I would still take it. I'm just giving them a free mile. So $7 for 2 deliveries, 9 miles. You know, it's not a very good day. It's like the one thing I cannot do is that I cannot play around with the for the money to mile ratio in any extreme way, because of the fact that I want my miles to truly represent dollars. So I know that in general I always just head back home. So in the grand scheme of things, if this car lasts for 300,000 miles, that means this car will have generated $300,000, which is a great investment. If you spend like $20,000 or $25,000 on a car and you get a return of $300,000, like, that's worth it. And of course you have to also include maintenance and all that other stuff and gas, but that's all tax deductible, so it actually is a good thing. So I got the next offer. It's coming from DoorDash. I'm gonna go to Target and shop for 6 items. I'm gonna get $8.50 for 3.4 miles. The time currently is 10:50 a.m. The temperature is 87 degrees. I have currently about 11.3 miles on the car, and I'm getting 53 miles to the gallon. And so far, not a single offer have I gotten that has been $10 today. There was one offer that came in today that was a trip radar. It was like $14 for I think 8 miles, but it was a trip radar and I didn't get it. That was about as good of an offer I have seen all day. Everything else just sad and pathetic, nothing good. And it's just it doesn't look like the lunch rush is going to materialize, because it's already almost 11 o'clock and nothing. So yeah, I'm probably just going to keep the app still running through the lunch break, and I don't know how long I'll go. The max is 2 o'clock. That's when my DoorDash shift officially ends. So that's as far as I'll go. That's like the absolute limit. But maybe I'll go until 1 o'clock, 12:30. I don't know. Definitely until noon. So I'm going to do at least until noon minimum. And then possibly more once I get, I'll know more once I get to the 12 o'clock hour, how I feel. Because I haven't even had lunch or anything. I went to Great Harvest Bread and had a sandwich last night for dinner from the Great Harvest Bread. And I thought it would be really good because, you know, they're very pricey, their sandwiches. And it was the most boring plain sandwich I ever had. I could have made a better sandwich at home by myself than what they created for me. So big disappointment with Great Harvest Bread. And their pumpkin bread was good, though. I did have the pumpkin bread and I enjoyed that. But nothing else was that sensational. So it was pretty mediocre. I'm trying to find a good parking spot. It looks like it's pretty busy here at Target today. I think I'll park over here on the left. All right, we found a parking spot. Let's go on in. A birthday bag. A birthday card. They actually had it. Wrist weights. Very heavy. They moved all the aisles in the store, so it's hard to find stuff. Airhead bites. Gummy mango treat. I'm hoping they have the last item, which is a Twix candy bar at the checkout, because I cannot find the aisle that's listed in the app. I found a Twix share size, which I think is close enough. No problems other than the Twix candy bar. All I could find was the share size Twix candy bar, not a regular size Twix candy bar at the checkout, until I got to self-checkout. And at the last minute, I made a quick switcheroo on the candy bars. So they got the correct size Twix candy bar at the last second. And I don't think anything else. I had too much of a headache to find. The worst part about the experience was they are remodeling the store and moving sections to different parts of the stores. I guess they're expanding their grocery section because that's where the profit margin is the groceries, not any of the other junk that they sell. So they're starting to slowly turn into Walmart when it comes to their method of making money. So it's starting to become all about groceries and less about other things. And that's why they're ditching a lot of stuff and really emphasizing the merchandise that is related to groceries. And now we're traveling 6 minutes, 1.8 miles. We're going to be going to a house, and it's a leave at the door. It looks like we're going to be going to a guard-gated community. Even the rich people are being cheapskates today. We're going to go to Askaya, a place where millionaires live, and this is all they're going to pay us. Man, it's hard times right now, let me tell you. Everybody's watching their pennies, even the rich people. This is the kind of order I would expect to be getting from a person living in a senior citizen community. You know, like they're really trying to watch their money. I wouldn't expect to get an offer like this. Oh, it's still $1 million community. It's Roma Hills is where we're going, not Askaya, and it's just to leave at the door. But yeah, I thought this was going to the 55 and over houses where the people are trying to watch their money. So yeah, not the case for this one. It's like, does everybody know? Does everybody at the same time suddenly tighten their purse strings all at once? It's really weird. It's like there's something going on. Like everybody at the same time somehow knows to tighten the purse strings all of a sudden. It's like 1 minute everybody's generous, and then all of a sudden, simultaneously, everybody's like a super cheapskate and watching every penny when it comes to tipping. So yeah, I'm sure everybody in all the industries that involve tipping are all dealing with that right now. They're all starting to see their tips dry up. I wonder if it has something to do with that new law, that no tax on tips law, and I was worried this was going to happen, that as soon as it was announced that people who get tips aren't going to be taxed on it, that people were going to start tipping less because they're thinking to themselves, well, I have to pay taxes on the money I earn, so I don't think I should give them as much of a tip since I know they're not going to be taxed on this money. I wonder if people are starting to think that. That's a high possibility that that's happening. Oh boy, the traffic's really backing up. I just made this turn. I mean, it could be that, or it could just be recession related. Like people are really trying to watch it because they really feel like I do. Because I really strongly feel like a recession is on the horizon. It may not happen this year, but boy, starting next year, get ready. That's when I think it's gonna hit like gangbusters. And the only reason why I think that is because of the tariffs. Number one, there's just so much emphasis on prices becoming sky high, and when that happens, and people know that it's not because of inflation, because inflation already hit. They know it's a tax on the product. And people don't like that, and they get resentful, so they just say, I'm not spending any money until these taxes go away. And I'm only going to get what I absolutely need. And so then the economy starts to take a nosedive. Now we made it to the guard gated community. Let me get ready to tell the guard the address. Hello, and it's DoorDash. All right. All right, thank you too. All right, here we roll. We made it through the guard gate. Oh, what am I going? This way? I usually always go this way. Oh, we got 14 miles on the car right now. 89 degrees, 57 miles to the gallon, and it's 11:13 currently. This is the lunch rush. I've got to drive real slow in this $1 million community where they don't tip very well today. The speed limit's only 15 miles an hour, and they're very strict here. Usually the guard will tell me, please follow the speed limit, is what they'll usually tell me when I come in here. But I think a FedEx truck pulled up behind me, and so he wanted to hurry me along. The customer did not notify the guard that I was coming, so he had to call them to find out and confirm. Where is this house? Oh dear. Let's see, is it this one? Or is it the next one? Oh shoot. Now I don't know which one it is. Is it this one? I don't want to deliver to the wrong house. Oh, it's this one. Woohoo, they got a number. Thank goodness. Let's drop it. Thank you. Continue dashing. It's a long walk to the front door. Got a big courtyard. I'm gonna turn it around and make my way back. Let's see. Let me turn back on my Uber Eats. See if I get something else good on the way back. I hope. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness. Time is 11:16. Oh boy. I hope nobody's doing earned by time right now. They're not making no money either. $13 an hour right now for earned by time. Let's see, I'd make a right here? Yeah. There's no money to be made at all today. It's really sad. But there's nothing you can do. This is the job. These are the rules. When you play this game, you know what the rules are. You know, sometimes it's going to be feast, and sometimes it's going to be famine. And right now it's famine. Right now the gig workers are starving today. There won't be any Christmas presents under the tree at the end of this year if it keeps going this way. I'm sure a lot of drivers are starting to worry. Whenever it gets like this, they get worried because they're used to making, like, let's say they normally will work a full day, like they'll work a 10-hour day, and they'll normally make, you know, $200 to $250 in the day. And on a day like this, you'll be lucky. If you work 10 hours today, you'd be lucky to probably make about $100, 75 to $100. And that's if you were just grinding your car and just putting all kinds of miles on it, just desperately trying to grab money wherever you could. Because right now there's just nothing. And this, whatever's happening here in this part of Vegas is happening all over. It's very consistent. It's hard to find like a niche area to go to where suddenly they're real generous. I mean, sometimes somebody always hits the lotto. There's that one customer who's in such a good mood and will give you such a generous tip out of all the offers of the day. But that's probably just one lucky driver today out of all the thousands of other drivers that are out here struggling today, just like me, struggling to get any kind of pennies they can. So where are we at now? We're somewhere in the low 20s right now. We've been online for, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4.5 hours I've been online. And I've made just a little over $20. You know, the active time is still fair though. I'm still making somewhere around 20 something dollars an hour for active time. So when I'm working, I'm getting paid the fair rate because that's the kind of offers I'm taking. Oh, something's coming in. I think I'm gonna have to go to the right. Go to the right. Alright, let me tell you what we got next. Let me just first pause my DoorDash because it's coming in from the other app. Pull it up. All right, we got something going on from Uber Eats. I'm gonna go to Charm Thai Kitchen and Coffee. I'm gonna get $12.61 for 5.5 miles. Finally, looks like now we're gonna be up into the 30s. So that's good news. I always feel comfortable where I at least make that much money at the very least. So it looks like we're good. I almost passed the restaurant. I didn't realize it was this close. I was so busy telling you guys about the offer, I almost missed the turn. Oh boy. It's inside this shopping center. An add-on to the order. Roberto's Tacos. Oh shoot, I'll take this one. It's for additional 3.2 miles, but I'll just take it. Why not? Why the heck not? We got an add-on to the order. I'm going to be getting an additional $4.83 to go to Roberto's Tacos for an additional 3.2 miles. I don't know why I took it. I think I just strongly feel like we're in desperate times. So I can't be picky. So that ups the amount now. So that's really good news. And let me see, where's the best place to park for this Charm place? I guess I'll park here and then I'll head on over there. Right here in front of the fire hydrant. All right, let's go for it. 5-minute wait on the order. Not too bad of a pickup. It wasn't hard at all. There was a group of men that went into the Charm Thai Kitchen place before I did, and they like waiting area is really tiny inside of that place, and so they were blocking the entrance. When they went inside and were standing there waiting to be seated, they were like leaning up against the door to go inside the restaurant. So I was just standing outside of the restaurant waiting for them to be seated because I knew there was no room for me to go in. And so when I finally went inside of the Charm Thai place, that's when the food server took them to their table. And then there was nobody to help me because she was busy. The hostess was busy seating them, and I was left to just stand there and try not while and the place was busy. There was a bunch of people sitting in there, and they were all just like glancing at me, like, why is he standing there staring at his phone by himself? And then it clicked in their head, oh, he's here to pick up somebody's order to go, or he's a delivery person. And then it all made sense. And so for this particular restaurant, there's a code that you have to scan on your phone to pick up the order. They must have a problem with theft or something, so they have a much higher level of security at this Thai place. And there's a smart code that's on the receipt. And so before they give you the food, you have to scan the food with your phone. And that's the only way that the order will go through and say that you picked it up, which is really, really smart. Most of the other places I go to, it's not like that at all. Most places, it's just you say the name and they hand it to you and they say, press confirm on the app. So I think that's more efficient. I mean, as long as you got a phone signal to actually do the process, it's pretty cool. So now we're traveling 5 more minutes, 1.9 miles to the second pickup, which is Roberto's Tacos. Did I say that offer already? I'll say it again. I'll say it again just for laughs. We got an add-on to the order. I'm going to go to Roberto's Taco Shop. I'm going to get $4.83 for 3.2 miles. I probably already said it, but I'm going to say it again. And, yeah. But now the grand total is $17 and change for this one. So the lunch rush is starting to look up. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better now. And I was hoping that this delivery that we're doing, this pickup that we're doing for Roberto's was going to be the last drop off, and it was going to take me, back to my hotspot area. But right now it's looking like it's not going to do that. It's looking like I am driving the opposite direction right now for the Charm Thai Kitchen order. And I'm going to head back this way after I pick up the Roberto's and come back. So I'm still going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere after I drop off the Thai food, which is unfortunate. That means I'm wasting time, because this is the critical time of day to be in the hotspot area because it's lunchtime. So this was probably a bad call, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's dead. Maybe this is the right call because there are no other offers that are going to be available. So yeah, I don't know. But I've committed to it, so that's all there is to it. And it's a decent offer if you combine. If I could just pretend this was it was already a stacked order automatically, it's still reasonable for what I'm doing. And right now the temperature is 91 degrees. It's only 11:30 a.m. So this is a work week. It is Wednesday, so a lot of people eat lunch late. So maybe I'll still get orders all the way up until the 1 o'clock hour. So we'll see. Maybe I will hit the $50 after all, and I will have only had to work like 6 or 7 hours today to get $50. Doesn't that sound reasonable? Not. Like, totally not. Oh my gosh. At least it's not super hot today. And it rained yesterday. There was a flash flood warning. That was the reason why I ate at Great Harvest Bread yesterday, and I had that terrible sandwich. I wanted to go to Cafe Zupa's, but I was worried the road would wash out because we have flash flooding here, and there was a flash flood warning. And that's why I decided to go to Great Harvest. I go, well, it's real close by. Let's go to Great Harvest and pick ourselves up a sandwich. Let's try it. Maybe it'll be good. And it wasn't. I threw my money in the trash. I'm never going to eat there again. I think it's the second time I've eaten there. I've lived here for so long. Like, I've lived here for like 15 years. And I think it was probably about 12 years ago I ate at Great Harvest Bread and I didn't like it. And I just forgot. It's been so many years that I just forgot all about how terrible the Great Harvest Bread was. Ooh, guy, you're making a slow U-turn. Come on, I gotta get in here before the traffic comes. It's busy here in this shopping center. Oh my goodness. Let's get there. I want to hurry up and get this money so I can get another offer and get to that $50. Just gotta be patient though. You don't want to get into a car accident. That's the worst thing that can happen. Not making this money is the least of your problems. The big problem is going to be if you don't. If you get in an accident, that's the big problem. Oh, it's busy over at Roberto's. See if I can get myself a decent parking spot. Wow. So much for my recession theory at the moment. I mean, look at the cars. There's quite a few cars. This guy's probably going to take my spot. I can feel it. Yep, there he goes. He just took my spot. Oh, no, he's going to back into it. He's one of those backer-uppers. There he goes. There he goes, wasting my time. Oh, well, I'm going to take this other parking spot. It's even better. Thanks a lot, dude. Now I got a better parking spot. I like this spot better anyway. Mr. Slick. Alright, let's go into Roberto's. So now we're going to drop off the Roberto's order. 1.7 miles, 6 minutes. It's a business and it's a meet at the door and it requires a PIN. Unbelievable. That's all they're paying me is like $4 and change, and they have the nerve to say it requires a PIN number. That is unbelievable. Make me suffer, why don't you? They're doing a great job making me work for this money. Whew. Man, oh man. Roberto's was busy in there, so people are ordering stuff. I mean, people are spending money, so I guess they're just not, they don't want to, people are, in order to save money right now, people are at the point where they're just getting the food themselves for the most part. Maybe that's what's happening. Because so far the restaurants, that I've gone into, and this is the lunchtime, they've been busy. Even at that Thai restaurant, there were a lot of people in there spending money. So, but I can't tell you how generous they're tipping the waitress at the Thai restaurant. Maybe that's where they're suddenly tying up their purse strings. And people think the same thing for this service. It's just low. They just don't want to dole out the dough. Oh boy. Temperature now 91 degrees. There's no wind. The weather's pretty. And the delivery drivers today are poor. Poor man's delivery service today. Now my strategy definitely would not have worked today. I would have gotten only one order today if I wasn't accepting these $5 offers today. It would have been a big mistake. How am I gonna enter this complex? I didn't think I could make a left turn on the street coming up. I'll have to see when I get closer. I think I've delivered to this place before that we're going to, but this is going to be the first time they've actually said that I need to get a PIN number. So we'll see what happens when I get there. It's a real tricky medical building. It has two sides to the building, and sometimes the offices have an entrance on one side and an entrance on the other side. So it can get a little bit dicey when it comes to the drop off, just depending on which office it is. So I'll be able to more clearly figure that out when I get closer. Man, this would be the time where I would be done with the day. I would normally be just wrapping up and going home. 11:35 a.m. right now. Oh, maybe I should start working later in the day. I don't think that would help either. I think when it's slow, you just have to be as available as possible if you want to hit your goal. I mean, I could always just take the hit and just deliver these last 2 items and then turn the app off and go home. But so far, I haven't had any bad experiences so far. Like, nothing has really put me in a bad mood. So that's why I'm just continuing on at the moment. I'm waiting for that incident to occur, that situation that ticks me off, and I'm like, I'm out of here. Shut this thing off. So that has not happened yet. And the traffic has been just fine. There hasn't been anything too painful. I think we're gonna hit a lot of traffic though once I go back over near the Thai restaurant, because I've got to cross that area again. So I think that's when I may encounter some headaches, but we'll see. I'm gonna take it one step at a time. I don't want to think about that right now. I'm gonna focus on just getting to this first drop off with this Roberto's order first. One step at a time. Oh yeah, there is a left turn here. I forgot about this turn. This turn is normally super easy to make, but the cars here, they never go the speed limit. It's 35 miles an hour, and they all drive 45 and up on this road. It's like and it's an instant speed trap in the morning for people who don't follow the rules. All right, what's the name of this place? Okay, I think it's on the left-hand side here. I should see a sign. There it is. I see a sign. Let me just turn in and park, and we'll take it in. And hopefully somebody has the PIN number. Sometimes they don't. All right, Roberto. And now we're going to go 14 minutes, 4.2 miles. We're going to a house. It's a leave at the door for the Thai food. I dropped my phone when I was walking in the door. Oh boy, thank goodness my phone, it has the protector on it so I didn't crack or damage anything. Thank goodness. Thank goodness that there's such a thing as technology that protects our phones when we drop them. And the guy that I delivered to, he was on the phone. I think he was like, I don't know if he was new working there or if he was a temp or something, but the lady, when I delivered the food, there was a lady in the background. She scoffed at him when they saw that I was delivering food to him. So I don't know. I think that she was just like, I think she was giving attitude like, oh, he shouldn't be ordering Uber Eats when he's working. He needs to just keep working. Like she was like his boss supervising him. And he couldn't get off the phone to give me the PIN, so he showed his phone to me when I said, do you have the PIN number? And he just showed the phone to me, and I said, okay, thanks. And I just took off, and that was it. That was the long and the short of that one. And good news, the drop-off for this one is still in the hotspot area. I thought I was going to Old Henderson to drop this off. So this is fantastic news. Even though I did have to drive an extra whatever miles, 3-point-something miles for that Roberto's, it was still worth it because it got me that extra money, and I'm still going to be in the hotspot area after I take care of this one. Let me reset my DoorDash. I got 13 minutes left on it. Resume. Okay, let's roll. Whew, man. Everything so far so good. We're rolling along. I'm glad we're not going the other direction because the traffic was bad the other way. And this direction so far, the traffic has been light, so all is well. I got 20 miles on the car. I'm getting 55 miles to the gallon. It's 11:41. We're moving along. And if this is the last drop off in the day, I'll be happy because at least we're making money in the 30s, which is much better than the 20s. Or when I first started the day and I only made like $16, that was really sad. So yeah, even if I only made, like, let's say every day from now on I only made $35 every day, I would be fine. I don't like the idea of only making like 20 something dollars every day. That's like only working an hour every day. So anything in the 30s, especially during this slow period. Now I don't know if I would like it if it consistently was like that. If it was consistently like that, what I would probably do is I would get my car reinstated for driving people around, and I would take people to the airport like early in the morning, just so I could like get like, 20 bucks or whatever by doing that. And then I would do food around this time. So, and you can get a lot of people to the airport early in the morning. Like if you turn your app on like at 4 a.m. and you just throw on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt and you just hop out of bed, you can take a couple of people to the airport and easily make like $20 to $30 real quick. So that's a possibility. That's because, when you do work at that early in the morning, there's no competition because nobody wants to wake up that early. But I just happen to be the kind of person that's an early bird because, I'm old. Old people get up early. I usually get up at about 3 a.m. So give me an hour and I can throw myself in the car real quick and just take people to the airport and dump them off. And the plus to doing that is that it's still kind of dark at that time, so you don't have to worry about how dirty your car looks on the outside because it's dark and they can't see. So that's not going to affect your tip. You just got to make sure the inside of the car, is all clean and smells nice and it's not gross and smelling like it does right now with this Thai food. So yeah, so that's another potential strategy down the road if we get into dark times. I know during the last recession, I was too nervous to pick up people who are just random people on the strip because, when people are having hard times, you worry about getting robbed. So I would only do rides that were going to the airport because I knew no matter what, whoever was ordering this ride was not interested in robbing me. They were interested in getting to the airport. And everybody else, I had no idea. So it's just like, just take rides that go to the airport, and those are pretty safe. And the same thing for picking up people from the airport. Like you can just wait at the airport parking lot, and no matter what, the people are tired and they're exhausted from riding on their plane, and they have no interest in scamming you. Although I had a few people I can remember giving rides to that got off the plane, and they immediately wanted to go to the marijuana stores to get their cannabis. And man, they would take forever. It was terrible. So, so now that I think about it, picking people up from the airport's not so great either. Just taking them to the airport because they got to make the flight. They can't be late. I've had some bad experiences picking people up from the airport. Let me tell you, they're just completely not playing by the rules. They are like, oh, they want to go to the grocery store, they want to go to the bank, they want to stop at fast food restaurants. Basically, they're just wasting my time, and then they're not going to tip me. So those are the kind of customers I would normally get when I do people. Yeah, I really don't want to do people at all. I have no interest in it whatsoever. It just sounds so horrible. Okay, you guys gotta let me over. I've got to get over. I've got to make a right turn coming up. It's like people right now are not spacing their cars out properly right now. Normally when I'm driving, like everybody tries to make sure they have a space in between their cars so that people can, change lanes. But right now everybody was all piled up next to each other and they're not leaving any gaps to turn. Well, so far I think I'm gonna keep going. My opinion right now, my feeling on doing this job right now is to just keep driving. I don't think this drop off is gonna be hard. I don't think it's gonna be difficult. Based on what I can see on the map, this is definitely just a house. There's no pin. It's just a leave at the door. There's no gate code. So I don't foresee so far anything nasty happening. So Yeah, I'll probably just keep the app on. But I think once I get home, if I don't get anything, 'cause it's still a drive to get back home. Once I get back home, I'll probably turn the app off because I haven't had lunch, and I think it just makes sense that it's getting awfully late, especially for me. I haven't had my PB&J, I haven't had my cottage cheese and apple. All I've had today this morning was what did I have? I had my bran cereal that I had like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I had a slice of pumpkin bread. I think that was it. So I really have not eaten since about 4 a.m. I think was the last time I actually ate something. So it's been a while. Ooh, can I go? Can I go? Are you gonna let me go? Please, just let me go. Whew. Traffic is getting busier. I gotta get more aggressive in the driving skills. Temperature now 92 degrees. It's warming up. Traffic's getting more busier, and temperature's getting hotter. I currently have 23 miles on the car. When I finally finish, I think I'll have about 24, 25 miles on the car. I only have 10 miles left allotted to me. I can only do 35 miles a day. Although I didn't do that many miles yesterday, so theoretically I could actually get away with doing more miles than what I'm doing. So yeah. Man, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of activity. Come on, guys, lights flashing. We can go. Two more minutes to go, 0.7 miles to the drop off. Once I drop it off, there's going to be a Starbucks near me. There's going to be an Albertsons near me. So there's opportunities that can come my way. And yeah, I think I could. It's highly likely I could get something based on the time of day it is right now. It's almost noon. I'm close to places that people usually have me shop at or pick up stuff from. So I think I'm going to be making some more money. Fingers crossed. And if I don't, well, that's just the way it goes today. Another lousy day. I'll be making a right up here at the next right, and then we'll be inside the most sorriest neighborhood I ever delivered to. The houses are so small. They're like tiny, tiny, tiny houses. They're unbelievably small. I can't even believe people live in these houses. They're so tiny. It's unbelievable. They're like shoebox houses. There's another one for sale. Holy smokes. Man. Seen a lot more houses for sale. Recession. Okay, start looking for the house. I'm looking. Is this lady right here hanging out? Yep. Hello. Here you go. Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you. Take a photo. Skip. Handed to customer. Delivered. I think I can get out if I go this way, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to keep going this way. Resume dash. If I can't go out this way, whatever. I'm still in a hotspot area. That worked out real good. I guess that lady was really hungry. She probably was so upset when she saw that I had an add-on to the order. $4.25 to go to McDonald's. I'm not going to take anything that low. It was only 2.1 miles, but that is too low. And this is the hot time. $15, 20 miles. No. I'm not going to take something that low. at this particular time, because I'm really only going to do probably one more. $5.25, 3.5 miles. No. Yeah, that's not going to work out for me. 100%. I've got to catch a big fish right now because the day's almost over. So let's just say I need a $10 one. If I don't get a $10 one, I'm turning the app off once I get home. That's what I'm going to do. That sounds like a sensible decision. Oh, is this a dead end? I don't think it is. I think this is leading me towards the Albertsons. No, it's not a dead end. Alright, I did it right. Something else. Cheetah Hut. $8, 6 miles. No. I've never been to any place called Cheetah Hut before. It doesn't sound familiar. Must be a ghost kitchen. Alright, let's start making our way back to home base. Waba Grill. 725, 12 miles. Back to home base. $10 minimum. $2 for every mile. No funny, no money. If I make it back home, that's it. That's all there is to it. Easy drop off on that one. That customer was so hungry, she was just waiting outside the house. I just passed it off to her, and that was the end of that. $5, 4.3 miles. See, we're in a hot spot. The offers are coming in. Nothing good at the moment. And as I make my way back towards home, there's a lot of opportunities. So I think we're gonna get something. That's my feeling. Especially since I just made $17 on this one. $6.80, 4.4 miles. Since I basically, for this last one, I made 17 smackaroonies. Why on earth, during the lunchtime, wouldn't it be possible? $8.64, 6 miles. Why wouldn't it be possible for me to get a $10 offer? I don't see why. And if I do, that's going to take me into the 40s, and that's going to be fantastic, because that's very close to 50 bucks. And then maybe I'll get another one after that, and I'll be at $50. You just never know. I'm trying to be optimistic. It's now 11:54 a.m. It's almost noon. I got 25 miles on the car. I'm getting 58 miles to the gallon. Oh boy. This is a day to remember. Archie's Thai Food, 725, 6.7 miles. No. No. Just keep on heading towards home base. The Vitamin Shop. $7.75 for 3.8 miles. No. Gotta pay me $10. It's $10 or bust. So far, I'm very optimistic about the Raising Cane's, $6.75, 2.5 miles. So far, I'm very optimistic as because everything's starting to rapid fire in. This turn. Another Raising Cane's, $13, 8.1 miles. Nope. And it's gonna take me too far from home. No, and it's a double order for something else. And Raising Cane's, I don't like to go to that much at all, really, because you have to order the food and pay for it with a red card, so the food's not ready. I don't want to deal with that. McDonald's, $3.50, 1.4 miles. Yeah. The miles were too high anyway for that Raising Cane's. It was going to 2 different restaurants, and it was not $2 for every mile. It was close, though. It was like 2 miles short of being acceptable. Buffalo Wild Wings, $7 for 3.6 miles. No, and it's delivering to the hospital. No thanks. I'm not delivering to the hospital twice in one day. That was enough pain. and suffering already that I had to deal with. Delivering to the hospital is just one of the most horrible places to deliver to. It is so difficult. Firehouse subs, $8, 7 miles. Now the app is just spinning. It doesn't like that I'm rapid fire declining offers. It's like, you're declining them too fast. Give it a minute. Maybe you will change your mind. I'm like, I'm not changing my mind. Chick-fil-A, $6, 4.4 miles. So far, nothing. I mean, we're getting a lot of stuff, but nothing's meeting the criteria. And they're running out of runway. It won't be long now before I'm turning you off, so that's just the way it goes. I make no money and you don't get my service. That's just the way it is today. I think I'll leave the app on up until I pass, probably until I pass the U-Haul Center, and then I'll turn off the app. So that's 3 more lights to go until I turn it off. Once I even get anywhere near like the outer rim, I'm like, I'm ready to just call it. Raising Cane's calling again, $6, 2.3 miles. A lot of orders are coming in for Raising Cane's. Man, that place is gonna be just hopping with delivery drivers ordering. And I can't imagine how long the line's gonna be inside right now because it's lunchtime. You got everybody going to Raising Cane's right now and ordering the food. So then you add on all those delivery drivers, it's like, wow. It's going to be a long wait inside of Raising Cane to get that food. I'm not going to do that. I can tell you right now. So right now, it's just about right now, it's going to be noon. 12 up. 26 miles on the car. And I am just about ready to call it. I can feel it in my bones right now. My body's telling me, just call it already. Shut that app down. We don't want to do any more work. Protein House, $14.67 for 9 miles. Nope. That does not cut the mustard. It's not $2 for every mile. That was all. If it had been 8 miles, I probably would have taken it, but it was 8.9. It's like you sent to me at the wrong time. That was an almost but no cigar. I'm not that hard up to get your $14. Something else coming in, $8.57 for 3.5 miles. Nope, not $10. One more light to go. As soon as this next light turns green, I'm shutting her off. Chick-fil-A calling again, $5, 4.3 miles. No.